5 facts about Filipino virtual assistants. Companies today are struggling to hire good qualified people, more expensive than ever. The cost of insurance, benefits, and just actually the quality of the person you are hiring has gotten more and more difficult and more expensive in the last year. More companies are actually hiring virtually. And one of the best places that we go to hire virtual assistants is the Philippines. These are 5 things you need to know about. First of all, people from the Philippines are generally speaking people pleasers. So they want to please you. They're going to say, yes, I can. And maybe they can't. Maybe they don't have the skills. They just don't have the time. But that's something you want to know when you're actually bringing somebody in. It's kind of like the opposite of an American worker where you bring them in and they're, yep, I can't do that. I've got a hangnail today, so I need to take a week off. For example, we have someone who's 8 months pregnant in the Philippines and they want 2 weeks maternity leave, not 2 months, not 2 years if you're Canadian. They want 2 weeks. And they're a little worried that if what happens if they have complications, is it going to go past 2 weeks? They don't want to lose their job. That's what I'm talking about when they're people pleasers. They're to actually help you make your business grow. They just want to make you happy. Second thing is they do get typhoons. They're islands. It's not like they can evacuate. A benefit there though is their electricity actually comes back on a lot quicker than it does in the United States. We get hit with a hurricane in North Carolina, have damage. It's months before they're back to normal. In the Philippines, it hits and usually the next day, electric is back up, Wi-Fi is working, they're ready to work. Third thing about working with the people from the Philippines, they speak good English. They're taught English from the first grade on. So when I hear this, oh, what's the language barrier? There's not a language barrier. They understand it. I mean, you go to Manila's airport, you literally see NBA TV all year round on all the channels. I find is a little bit easier, especially if you're dealing with the first time to hire a remote worker from overseas. Do it is they understand a little bit better in terms of how things are done. Number 4, there's a lot of competition when you're actually looking to hire over there. There's a lot of companies, DoorDash, Airbnb, Amazon, Chase, Bank of America. They all have buildings, they all have call centers, they all have facilities over there where they're actually hiring Filipinos to be their virtual assistant. They have whole companies. Make sure you know that if the big companies are doing it, there's a reason. It's cost effective and you can get quality people there. So if you're a small business owner, you want to make sure that you're taking advantage of that. Being able to make your profits a little bit better, spend more time and diversify. So it's common for American companies to be in the Philippines. Understand they can do everything in-house does, and a lot of times they do it better. For example, they know how to edit videos, do profit and loss statements, QuickBooks, they know how to make phone calls. The tasks that you think are unique to your area are really not. And that's something you've got to wrap your head around as a business owner, that it's not just you, the only one that knows how to do this, or it's just not just Americans that know how to do it. When you're looking for somebody in the Philippines, you got to know how to hire and where they're at. More importantly, you want to make sure where they're working is an area. So that's why we do 3 to 4 weeks of training where we're actually got them on camera, they're doing tasks, but we're also paying attention to what is going on around them. Do they have a headset? Is their Wi-Fi supported? Generally speaking, they pay a little bit more money and their Wi-Fi is better than what we get in the United States, so it's gonna work a little bit better. The last thing you gotta do, they gotta be a part of your team. You have to make sure that if you're having a meeting, they're on the meetings via Zoom. If you take off for Christmas, they need to take off for Christmas. If you're taking off for Thanksgiving, they need to take off for Thanksgiving. Do it as if they're actually in your office and you take the same breaks that they do. They need to take a lunch. Don't have them working all the way through. 1 hour break. Make sure you give it to them to do it. And I think where if you just bring them in as if they're a part of your team and you understand what is going about, you'll get a lot better quality and they'll be more reciprocal to you. Because everybody thinks it's an actual paycheck, but really the big thing is the emotional paycheck. What you're doing when you're doing all this stuff, you're remembering their birthdays, they're more loyal to you. It's not about the bottom. They're not chasing the money. If hired correctly, there's a lot more of the emotional paycheck where they're stuck with your company and they want to make it grow. They want to make it better. It's because, again, one of the first things I said is they're extremely loyal people. So if you're loyal to them, they're going to be loyal back. These are tips that we give about virtual assistants, but look at our other videos and we'll give you more tips.